Today we are going to talk about one of the longest battles in Power Rangers history. When we started this channel, we did a poll between Tommy and Jason to see who was the better Ranger for you. Tommy won that poll by a wide margin, and maybe with this many will say that the Green Ranger won the battle, but I must say that in the comments on the video we did talking about a battle between these two Rangers, Jason's fans made themselves known, and, in those comments, Jason won the battle. So, we have Tommy as the winner in the poll, but Jason in the comments. This is a battle that can be eternal, and we can give many arguments about each Ranger, but in the end, everything will be defined by the fame of each Ranger and how that Ranger marked your life. If we talk about Tommy Oliver, we can say that he is a legendary Ranger, a great leader, and has several different transformations. One of his best powers is the white light when he uses the power of the White Ranger. This is the power of good and is one of the best powers seen in the whole franchise. In addition to this, Tommy is known by all Rangers because of his great martial arts moves in battles against his enemies. To this we can also add that the same transformation of the White Ranger has one of the most powerful weapons, Saba, the sword that has a life of its own. Also, if we talk about powerful weapons, we must mention the Dragon Dagger, which is used by the Green Ranger and for some time also used by Jason. With this weapon they could control the Dragon Zord, and this was accompanied by an energy protection. We should also talk about Dino Thunder's Black Ranger transformation, and with this transformation he had the power to become invisible. In addition to this, his weapon is so powerful that he could finish off any enemy. These are only 3 of his 5 transformations, and here we are not adding all his combat experience, because after fighting for so many years we all know that Tommy became one of the wisest Rangers in battle. This is why many Rangers have a lot of respect for him and all the Rangers know him. Still, we must say that Jason was Tommy's leader, and we must also bring a lot of details in this endless conversation. Jason was the only Ranger who was able to defeat Tommy in combat when Tommy was the Green Ranger and controlled by Rita. Although many call it a defeat, we really don't know if it was a legitimate defeat, since Jason simply took him out of Rita's spell by destroying his sword. If we talk about Jason's abilities, first we must mention his leadership, and everyone knows that this Ranger has been one of the best leaders of all time. He was a firm leader who made decisions quickly and confidently, and all the Rangers followed him. His leadership was demonstrated in the Forever Red episode, as all the other Rangers seem to be fans when they see their favorite artist. Although Tommy obviously has a lot of experience, Jason also has a lot of experience, as he was the first Ranger of the franchise, although I must say that he was out of combat for a long period of time. One thing we can say in Jason's favor is that he was able to control the power of the Gold Ranger, and this was a power that could not be controlled by just anyone. Even this power was not created to be controlled by human beings, and Jason managed to have it for quite some time. We must be honest, a comparison with these two Rangers is a bit unfair, since everyone knows that Tommy has been in combat for longer as a Ranger and has been able to be in several different teams with the opportunity to obtain different powers over the years. Jason only had the opportunity to be in the Mighty Morphin and was also able to gain the power of the Gold Ranger, but after that he was out for a long time until he came back to destroy Golder Maximus. This can lead us to the conclusion that Tommy has more advantages due to the time he was as a Ranger, and this helps him to gain more skills inside the series and more fame outside the series. It is because of this that many people can choose Tommy, since they could see him for a longer time and obviously, they can feel closer to him. If we want to make a fair comparison, then we must think only when both Rangers were battling together. At that time, Tommy was only the Green Ranger and knew no other powers. We know that the two were together when Tommy got the white power, but in reality, it was only several episodes, so we can't take that as part of this confrontation. This would then remain a battle between the Green Ranger and the Red Ranger when they both only knew those powers. If this battle were to go this way, then leave in the comments which of these two Rangers would win the fight. If we are going to be fair, then we must say that Jason can win here, and both of them already had a fight, being the Red Ranger and the Green Ranger. This fight we already mentioned, and although we will never know completely who would win since Jason only got Tommy out of Rita's spell and therefore won the fight, even so, we have to admit that Jason was smart and found a solution to end the battle. This has always been one of Jason's greatest assets and one of his best skills. He was a very wise leader who found a solution to problems in the midst of the most difficult moments. We know that the battle between these two Rangers can go on forever, and I know that many people in the comments will be fighting about the reasons why their favorite Ranger should win the fight, but the reality is that there are many Rangers in 30 years of history, and this battle can be bigger. If we talk about the most powerful Rangers in history, then we must add Rangers like the Phantom Ranger, who was a Morphin Master and knows the network better than any other Ranger. We must also add Andrus, which is one of the bravest Rangers we can know. Besides, he is intelligent, and his weapon is also very powerful. If we talk about powerful Rangers, we must add Lauren Sheba, which was a Ranger who mastered her power very well and could beat anyone. Another very powerful Ranger is Kruger, the Shadow Ranger, one of the wisest Rangers who has been able to defeat very powerful enemies. We could go on all day mentioning very powerful Rangers, and in the end it all comes down to each person's taste, since each Ranger has different powers and unique abilities that make him perfect for different specific moments. It is for this reason that the Rangers have always been a team, since they all complement each other. Mention in the comments which are the 5 most powerful Rangers of all time for you. Like this video and subscribe for more Power Rangers power.